so you can use any browser.
Okay.
What we have here, we have on the left side, we have the menu, the main menu,
Mm-hmm.
the header, user there, notification,
Right.
uh, and user, change password, widgets, we can change
Okay.
these widgets. We
Mm-hmm.
can change colors, and then we can change language.
Okay.
And we have something for the local market, which is the Hijri calendar, if you aware of it.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Yeah. So the system is the main thing in the system. It is fully supporting the RTL, right to left, which is the which is very important for the Arabic language,
Mm-hmm.
and this is one of the most advantages we have against the competitors in the market,
Uh-huh.
because they don't have that flexibility with the language.
Ah,
The
okay.
other, so I think we'll go back to English, but I'll explain one thing to you, which is, uh, of course, you can put any language. Yeah, you can add any language to the
Mm-hmm.
system. So it is multilingual
Right.
and all time dual languages, which means now it's showing the everything in the Arabic language or in
Mm-hmm.
the second language, and even the descriptions which shows on the this is the work categories or the work trade. So everything you can have it in the system in two languages, because we have dual description fields everywhere. So you can put two descriptions in two different languages for everything,
Okay.
uh, which means that when we are coming to bring the report, it will come in Arabic or in French or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
if the same user switch to English, he can bring the same report but in English.
Okay.
So this is it. So here we have, if I check some like asset list. This is the asset list. You can see that we have two descriptions. This is the first one is in English. The second one is in Arabic
Yeah. Very good.
for the same. The
Mm-hmm.
same thing goes for the location. So this is the mechanical room, and this is the name in Arabic,
Mm-hmm.
and so on for everything, all over the system.
Yes.
I'll go back to English now because
Okay.
so it will be better for you.
Yeah. I like the two languages side by side.
Yeah, yeah. This is something we have unique here.
Yeah. Very good.
Uh,
Very good.
Excellent. So this is the dashboard. Now we can see that the job trade is coming in English and different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Here also priority coming in English, but in that screen it was showing in Arabic, the same dashboard.
Okay. That is the staff. That is the allocation of the staff to biomedical, to civil engineering, so on. Yes.
Excellent. Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Uh, Now, so the dashboard is dynamic, so you can change the things around,
Yeah.
and you can display whatever. And also it's interactive, so sometimes you can change the how it looks.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, you can change what is showing here like this. If you want to
Mm-hmm.
remove the mechanical of the report, then you get the percentage without the mechanical, without the civil, without the PM, and then you can print it if you want.
Yeah.
And each widget has its own filter with too many what to say the filtering options. So what you want to show, the period, the site, because we see the system now multi organization and multi uh, site. So
Mm-hmm.
you can select what you want to show. You can duplicate the same widget. You can use the same widget but for different sites. I think this is one of the most important. Is in the dashboard. It shows the work orders, request, PMs, purchase order
Mm-hmm.
and request, and the percentage. And then
Okay.
if you want, you can click on any one of it, so it will display the list of
Mm-hmm.
it.
Okay.
and
And I. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
and the design of the system, it's a responsive design. So If you change the size of the screen, the system will automatically adapt to the new size.
Okay, good.
So, which means that you can use full features on a mobile application, so on the mobile browser, not a mobile app. So you can open it from your mobile, you can open it from the tablet, you can use it from anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have a question?
No, I'm okay. I'm following.
Excellent.
I'm following the widgets. All right.
Okay. We'll go back to the menu to see some more the menu. The main operational modules, we have the job request, orders, item requisition, asset management, location management,
Mm-hmm.
preventive maintenance. Preventive maintenance, we have time-based, meter-based, checklist, and the scheduler is actually the visual calendar I will show you now. Store management, because card is actually custodial management, but for some clients we changed the name. Purchasing, PR, PO, and GRN, and also cleaning management.
Mm-hmm.
And this is personal management for the employees. And the CEUML, it's the Clinical Equipment User Manual Library. We have Australian partners who provide library for biomedical devices, and we are integrating with it. This is it. You can give the user one access, and then he can select the item, he can select something, and we get the he can download all the manuals, he can get the alerts and recalls for the biomedical devices and so on. And we will integrate it with the, I think there's some trees up, I think.
Right.
Yeah, I think they have, I don't remember. One of them, it had too many recalls and too many things. So this is one of the integration, which is an optional module for the client. We also have in the setup, this is for the configuration, user management, user groups, language translation. In language translation, we have the translation index from which you can change any translation in the system you don't like.
Okay.
So everything, even in the English descriptions, or if you don't want to call it a job request, if you want to call it a work request, so you can search it and you can change it. If you want to call it site, if you want to call it hospital, if you want to call it hotel, if you call, whatever you can call your building, you can change the name that will show on the screen. Active sessions, who's connected now, and the login history. And in configurations, we have 3 levels. I will explain later. We have workflow management for item requisition and the purchase requisition. So we can create our own workflow and approval levels. And under that, we will have the site level. Under the site, we can divide the site into zones, or we can directly set buildings and then go with the floor level and so on. So here we have zones, different zones. Under the zone, we have 2 buildings, and inside the building there, we have the locations. These are the rooms. Under the room, we have the asset. Once we select the asset, it shows some information here on the right side. It's summary about the asset. And then we can have another level, which is the sub-asset, parent-child. So here we have computer case connected to the monitor, printer, and the projection TV. Fine?
Yes, I see. Very good.
Okay. So we start working on the system from the asset tree. So we go to the clients. We tell them that you have to have asset register, and then we can help you build it and so on. And then we can code the location, the asset, and everything. And then we collect the information and verify it in Excel sheets, and then we import it into the system. Of course, we are talking about the project with some reasonable size, but if they have sometimes we tell the client how to do it if they don't have too much complications on site. Then, okay, and from here we can go and view the information what we have about the asset. This is the asset profile. You have asset code, description English and Arabic. We can use French, let's say. Location information we have here. We have asset category and we have asset subcategory. So we have two levels for categorizing the assets. We have asset class. We use this mostly with the Ministry of Health. They define three classes A, B, C, and for which class they have different policies for maintenance.
Yes, I see.
Asset condition, asset status, criticality, trade, authorized personnel, supplier, warranty expiry, information about the warranty of the asset, purchase price, serial number, blah, 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 then date commissioned, estimated life, and then you can calculate the depreciation and see the current value.
Mm-hmm.
And also technicians, whatever you write here, it will be printed on the job order, so the technician knows if anything is important. Bill of material, whatever, you can select the bill of material, it will show here. Relationship, what linked assets, job order history, all the history of the asset, labor cost, direct issue, item cost, total, and man hours. And if you selected this, you will get the history and the total cost of the whole system, including the sub-assets.
Yes.
External documents, any attachment, PM meter, if you have a meter linked to the asset, and then you can get the reading and scheduling. This is the frequency, this is the view at this reading. So this is the conditional maintenance. We can define two types of meters, incremental and threshold. And also we have recently integrated with the tracking system, AVL system, so we can automatically get the readings from the sensors, and then the system can automatically generate the due PMs. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Asset transfer and specs. Specs, we can define any type of specs which are not listed in the asset profile. So here in the setups, you can define different specs like length, weight,
yes, of course.
frequency, anything related to power, anything not there, we can define it, and then we can set a value for it. Mm-hmm. This is also what's very useful with the biomedical devices, because you know that they have too many specs which are very difficult to put in one system. Okay.
Yes. Oh, yeah. For location is next, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, whenever you are silent, I go and check if you are still there or not.
I'm trying not to use the bandwidth. That's why I turned the camera on, so you could see that I was paying attention. But then that blew everything up. No, I'm good. I'll make a noise occasionally.
You should have some music in the background.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to location. I'm filled with anticipation. do it in the order you'd like.
Okay. So these are the locations. Okay. Same code, description, both languages, what organization, city, sector, blah, blah, building, criticality, if it's critical or not, cleaning classification, we can set location type, room, meeting, corridor, anything in the drop-down list, it is all configurable. From the setup, you can put whatever you want.
Right.
So basically, we go to the client with a very small DB if it is not empty. And then we can fill it with whatever he needs. We don't put anything extra. If something extra, we remove it, and then we just set whatever he wants. That makes the system very simple and easy to understand.
Okay. There's no linkage to BIM or something like that to a graphic. I'm perfectly okay without it. I'm just curious.
Mm. Actually, no, we don't have that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I would like to do something like that, but well, we have two complications.
Oh, of
One is
course.
the
Yeah.
one is the cost. Basically, the cost. If you are going to do it, it will cost us a lot. It will be a big investment,
Hmm.
and eventually, the market is not ready yet for these things.
I
So
agree.
yeah, so some very few people or organizations are requiring this, and then when they require this, they are very big. So that it means they are mature enough to implement such a system. So which means they have the money. They can go uh, to the big people. They can go to Archibald, to anybody. They can pay them. But the others, they are using our system because
Okay.
those systems are very difficult to implement and they cannot run it. So
I appreciate that.
yeah, yeah. So this is what happens. But what we have here, we have simple things. Uh, we have linked with the map, so you can
Oh, okay.
set the location. So you can,
Oh, yeah. Right. Google.
yeah, yeah.
That helps.
Whatever, something here.
Uh-huh.
You can select it, save it. That's it.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
what happens now, when you get a job order, you will have the same button like go to on the job order. So the user can
Hmm.
click go to and then he can see and he can go there. It will
Okay.
show how to go there. And we are using the same thing here for tracking. I will show you that tracking the job orders update. Uh, and one other thing we have here in the attachment, when we can upload any attachment to, uh, for example, I'm uploading this. If this is a diagram, I can check here that this is a location diagram, and then
Uh-huh.
I will save it. I think
Hmm.
the file type is not allowed. No problem. Once it's uploaded, then also the technician in the job order, he will get a button to view diagram. Then he can view the diagram of the location.
Yes, that is very helpful.
Yeah. So instead of making a live expensive location and drawings and so things like that, so we are trying to provide something very simple, useful
Yep.
for the client. Okay, this is the job order history for the location, the asset list inside the location, attachment, and the link location. Link location, we use that to link two locations. If someone wants to make renovation of some area and he wants to link some locations together,
Okay.
so you can come here and then you can select and say, okay, I have 3, 4 rooms. I want to link them together. So you can link them together. Then the system will see them as one area. So when you issue job order, it will issue
For the
for,
area, right.
for the area, and the assets will be listed as in one place.
Okay.
And whenever you want to put them back like they are, you can just remove the link, and every location will go back as it is. This was very helpful in the with the clients. They have shopping mall. They have like 5 shops. Some brand comes like Zara, anyone. They rent 5 shops and they open the area and make it one for one brand. And then after 1, 2, 3, 4 years, this guy they left and someone else come and he take only 3 shops, so
I
they can
see.
recycle from here.
I see.
Yeah. And also we have the PM. We can assign meters to the location. This
Mhm.
will be usually the utility meters for electricity, water, gas.
Ah, yes, of course. Oh, that is very handy. It's a
Yeah,
good idea.
and you can issue everything in the preventive measures against that. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah, very good.
Uh, so you want to go back to the job order, or we can go to the preventive?
Just show me the PM checklist.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have
right
all the
there. Yeah,
time, but tell me.
yeah.
Okay. This is the checklist.
Okay.
Select. I think this is very simple. We have only two items on the checklist,
Mm-hmm.
and also the items come in two languages. You can add, you can edit everything. Most important, checklist number, estimated man hours. I think this is one of the most important things. Uh, to division, department, and sub-department.
Mm-hmm.
You can put attachment. It will be printed along.
Okay.
Safety instructions, items to be used, tools,
Yep.
PPE.
This is good.
Yeah.
I asked because I know Marcus is doing some data migration involving checklists, PM checklists, and I wanted to see what was here. This is very good.
I think everything is here. I don't think
Yeah,
anything is missing.
yeah. It's a nice piece of development. Wow. Well done. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. And the checklist. Okay. And preventive, we said we have schedule list, which is for the time-based. In time-based, we have three types, which are interval, which will be, you can select unit, frequency, days, as a calculator, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, month, 2 to 6 days, one period, work period, 2 days, let's say, will start tomorrow, then target completion date, and
Okay.
the next step. And this is the Hijri date here, and this is the Gregorian. So it's
Mm-hmm.
always displaying both.
Both. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can change which the basic calendar. If you set it from here to Hijri, then the basic selection will be on Hijri, and it will calculate the Gregorian automatically.
Okay.
Fine. It can go by location, by asset. It could be scheduled or actual based on the actual day of completion. We can also fix day and week. We can select which day, Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
Monday. Fixed day by month. We can
Months.
select
Yes.
the exact date, like always at the 1st of January, 1st of February, and so on.
Okay.
And here we can select the checklist, of course. And I will select one, saved one, so I will show you that this one, okay. Once you save it, you will get the option to assign to, so you can assign it to someone from here, person name, or a maintenance team. So you can assign to either of them. So when you generate it, it will be automatically assigned.
Okay.
And we have the multiple PMs here.
Mm-hmm.
If you select multiple PM, then you can select different checklists based on different frequencies.
Okay.
Monthly, semi-annual, annual, blah, blah. Okay?
Yes. Question. In scheduling PM, sometimes it's efficient to have tasks occur together, even though the assets may not be, on different assets. Say you have uh, one asset, a compressor or something, and you have a PM task to do on that with the lubricating oil, and you have, and in the same area, you have another asset in compressed air. Is it convenient to group them together? I guess I have to do that. I have to do that when I configure the system, don't I?
Yes, yeah. We configure it, but I think we are not grouping them to generate a single job order, because
Okay.
you have to track the history of each one separately.
Ah.
Yeah, but what we have here, we have developed this like scheduling by asset type or subtype.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have 100 assets, in time. So you can schedule them together in one click.
Okay, right. So the dispatcher would decide what the most efficient way of allocating resources would be then, and group them together.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It could be based on the different ways because if you have the typical setup in which you have team for mechanical, team for electrical, team for blah blah blah, then
Right.
the system we can define the divisions here in the system. We can have a division,
Okay.
department, and sub department. Basically, we have three levels for in which we can define the access permissions to job orders type,
Mm-hmm.
basically. Like we define one of the clients, they have a division, which is like facility management. Under that, they have a department like operation and maintenance. Under operation and maintenance, they have electrical, mechanical, civil, blah, blah, blah. So
Uh-huh.
they have, so if we come to this level and I think here selection is not logical. Actually, we have too much junk data here. It may cause me trouble every time. Oh, it's not like that. So once again, okay, now medical,
Okay.
mechanical. Okay, under mechanical, we have like HVAC system. Here should be like HVAC
Yeah.
system. So
Right.
right, when we select here from the asset category, whatever like ventilation system, it is Windows window type AC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all of the ACs will be listed here. Now
Oh, I see.
one
Okay.
here. So
Yep.
by default, you will select everything will be all of them will be selected. Okay, so these are all the window type ACs available in the site H01. Now, if some of them are out of service, then you can, or you don't want to generate the job orders for them, then you can exclude them from the list.
Ah, okay. So right.
Fine?
Right.
Yeah.
So in this way, you
Then
can put together a custom list. Yes.
exactly. Now, what would happen is if you have 50 or 100, whatever, all of them will be generated by one start date. Yeah. For the first thing, all of them will be generated to be like 1st of February. Now, the user can either come here and select from the one by one, and he can change the target start date. So he can, depends on his capacity, he can make 5 per day, he can make the per day. Then he will change now each 10 to go and be set in different dates. And then
Mm-hmm.
he has to utilize the time. Uh, this is useful, but might take a little bit more time. But it is much easier than creating one schedule for each one of them, right?
Oh, yes. Yes. Very much so.
Yeah. But what we did to make it more easier, we created this calendar, which is we call it the like it's a visual scheduler.
Okay.
Okay. Now here, go back. This is you will have this is like a normal calendar, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. The green
Right.
one is the weekend, our weekend. If it is a holiday, it will come in red. It shows
Yes.
that these are the days. Now, and also you can display whatever you want. You can display all the job orders, so you can see the open, closed, canceled, waiting for access, everything.
Oh,
Or you
that's
can
nice.
see, or you can see only the scheduled one. And also you can print them. Now you can
Mm-hmm.
display it. This is a month. You can display weekly, and you can display daily. Fine.
Yeah.
Now
It's quite. Yeah.
this is
Good.
this is monthly. Now here we have where is it? This is man hours. So in this month, in this screen, you need 21 man hours to do these tasks based
Right.
on the estimation time in the BM checklist, which we saw
Yes.
before.
Yeah. Your plan. Right.
Okay. Now in this day, we have too much to do, right? So
Uh-huh.
you can just drag it and put it in a different day.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's handy.
and that's it.
Just like I do with my calendar all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Fine. Now, in this day, Friday, we can go inside the day. You'll see that by default, from the schedule which we've been creating, it's not you cannot set the time, but you can only set the day.
Okay.
Fine. Here you can change the time. So you can drag it and you
Oh,
say
okay.
this will start at this time, this will end at this time, and so on.
Hmm.
So how easy is that?
Yeah, this is good because it prevents collisions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can go to the scheduling by asset type or subtype, and then
Okay.
you can create, even if they all of them came in one day, then you can come here and just drag and drop, and it will be done
Hmm.
in no time.
Okay.
You can, of course, you can display from here different sites at the same screen if you want to display. So it's multiple, and then you can update it.
Right. So the technician can see all of this and
Yes.
yeah, can respond to the changes in schedule.
Yeah. Now, after this is the scheduling. So
Yeah.
what we have to do, we have to go and generate the orders. Okay. So
Okay.
we can select. Okay, I want to generate for H01, for example. For you can select mechanical, electrical
Mhm.
separately, or if he did not select anything, it will go for everything. And we tell,
Okay.
okay, generate until tomorrow, for example. When we can select view PM, it will show now. This is only for testing.
Right.
Okay, so the system will tell me these will be created based on my selections there. Now, if
Mhm.
I want to make further investigations or testing on them or calculation of any type, we can come here and export it into Excel. Then you can manipulate it on Excel and you go back, fix it
Okay.
in the system.
Okay. And likewise, if I want only an inspection, say, or only a walk by to check on something, say for example, uh, say for example, an oil leak repaired a week ago. I want to revisit that and make sure because for safety. So I issue, is that part of the original work order, or I issue? How do I do that? I want
Yeah,
to. I want.
you can issue a manual preventive job order
Okay.
with yeah, manual
Right.
preventive
Right.
the job
Because I
order
know
itself.
that. Right. I know a particular piece of machinery has been a problem, so I want to remind the technician to go back and see that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So you can generate the manual. The manual preventive will allow you to assign a checklist.
Okay.
You can include a checklist, safety instruction, whatever in there.
Right. And the checklist includes the 1 week inspection, that kind of thing. Yes. Okay. Good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So after that, we can, if we are fine with these, we can just open them. Open means generating. Once we generate these job orders, they will be dispatched to the job order module, and they
Okay.
are now at the technician side.
Right.
So we
Oh,
are
I
done
see.
with
Okay.
exactly. If and if I want, I can print the PM job orders in one batch instead of, because once they are sent to the job order module, then from there they can print one by one. But from here, I can print all of them in one batch. Now, this is the standard job order which we have. It can remember all the information. Uh, the second phase will be the safety instructions, the checklist. There will be also, if, oh, this is a very long one.
Oh, that is a long one.
Yeah, tools, items, anything listed in the checklist will
Uh-huh.
be printed along, with it.
Okay. So, question. The technician gets the job order, receives the job
Yeah.
order, is on the way, arrives at the site, and notices something else. Say, for example, uh, a safety item like a stair rail loose. how does the technician get back into the system to initiate a new work order? Because Mohammed, say that the technician can right then uh, uh,
Yes.
repair the rail, tighten it up, or add a bracket or something. I don't know, but something that took perhaps an hour. How do we handle that? Because that's a good, smart technician who's spotted a safety problem, but it's interfered with our schedule.
Yeah, correct. Uh, actually, I think it is more like it is a business rule, something you decide how he should behave. But
Yes, it is.
as per from my side, I see he has two options. One option is to do that job, and he can put all the remarks and start and actual end, which is
Okay.
available on the job order printout. He can set the actual start and actual end, and
Okay.
he can put remarks on that. The other thing, he can raise another job order as a corrective one, and he can fill it up with all the information. So in
Okay.
that, he said, okay, I finished the PM task at this time. I started on time. I finished on time. But with the other job order, which is a corrective one, I did this and this, and I started at this time and I finished at this time. And this
Okay.
is what I prefer. Now, for the technician, we have a mobile application as well,
Right.
which is different. It is of course linked to the same DB, but it is a mobile application for Android devices. It has job request and job order and asset modules. He can use, if you have a mobile team, then whenever you assign something, it will automatically come on his device. He doesn't have to come back and check it. He can just work on his mobile. And in this case, he can easily and directly generate the job order or even the request to for his
Okay. Good.
for the fix he's doing.
Good. I need that. That's very good because in this instance, the technician has added value to PM, has saved, perhaps saved an accident, and certainly saved expense of someone going back and fixing it. And yet
Exactly.
the technician is also now late on performing the PM. So I want to be sure that I can say to my management, we added value here, even though we came in a little bit late. We took care of something that had immediate value, and I want to be able to summarize those. So once it's in the system from the mobile application, I can do that. That's all I need. Thanks.
Yeah, I will show you something which is very important as well.
Okay.
These are the job orders which we just created. I created
Right.
the job order, and now these are all of them are open now.
Okay.
If we want to respond to one of them, I'm in the workshop now, and I just open it. I can assign someone. You see now it is automatically assigned. I have someone
Uh-huh.
automatically assigned here. We can assign to supplier as well. And we have in the system, in the notification system, we have option if you assign some supplier, for example,
Uh-huh.
and the system can automatically generate an email and an SMS and send to him
Oh,
that
very good. Good.
you have something assigned to you. It is
That's very
automatic.
good. Yeah.
This is
I
one
can
of the options.
Right. I can think of a client who could use that. Good.
Exactly. So this is the main information which he can review. I told you this is all the thing: location, type, time, date required, if anything, view location, if there is a location, and go to. The same function can be used on the mobile as the view diagram. If there is a diagram, then we can view it from here. Fine. Warranty, we can check it, and we go. I think okay. Uh, in job order closing, we have date time assessment, actual assessment, start, actual, end, actual, and then we can change the status from here. Cancelled, waiting for BART approval, completed, and also you can add whatever status you have. And actually, most of them are pre-configured with other functions like material request or PR generation or anything linked together with the job order.
Okay.
Uh,
And this is
this
the
is,
right. Okay, go
yeah,
ahead. Go ahead. That's all right. What does the technician see on the mobile? Just fewer
everything.
options. Oh, okay. Okay. Good.
Actually, he sees everything here.
Okay. Good.
But of course, we don't let him see the job order cost, the labor he cannot see. I think um, uh,
Right.
he doesn't see the things he doesn't need.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Circle
Right.
circle of influence, circle of control, circle of influence, circle of awareness. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So these are all the information to be filled back from the feedback from the job order, like what description, action, prevention taken, failure cause, customer feedback. And the mobile, he can get the feedback from the mobile application along with the handwriting signature as well.
Okay.
Cost
Okay. Oh,
centers,
good. 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 Yes.
if you want to implement. By the way, most of the things are optional, which
Mhm.
means that okay, you don't have to come and to set all of these to change and save. Fine, we have all the options, but we keep them all of them. We keep them optional to make it easy for the newcomer to use it, and then maybe you have something similar. It does not, the system will not force you to sit down and make every selection so you can save. So
I
yeah,
appreciate that. That would be awful. Yes.
yeah. So here you don't need actually to do anything, but unless you are closing, if the system will tell you, okay, you have to put start actual and end actual. That's all. Once you put these things, you can close it. And
That makes
any other
good.
thing is optional. All the pages are optional.
Yep.
So
That makes
if it
sense.
is standard job order, you can simply close it with no time. Uh, okay. Anything important? Handover time, handover date, prepare downtime. Downtime is calculated based on the start actual and end actual. And based on the prepared downtime, we have some reports here in the asset. I think the top 10, top 10 downtime, breakdown, in time between failure and other things. So that's why these fields are important.
Yes.
If you want to calculate the labor, then you can do, but you have to set the man hours rate and then the profiles, then you can do that.
Mhm.
If you are interested only in the hours, not in the cost, it is possible. You can say, okay, he worked for 3 hours, and you can select him from here, or but all over the system, you can just start typing, and the system will automatically do the searching. Then you can select
Oh,
it.
okay.
It's feasible for entries, and we took care of it. So like this, okay, save.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is good.
Now I
Right.
know that I'm interested only in the man hours, but I'm not interested in the cost. The system will help you do it. Direct issue, you can put the invoice, suppliers. If you don't want to put the supplier, it's mandatory. Just put the date, put the some description, quantity, some money. That's it.
Hmm.
Items. If you want to issue items from the store against this job order, you can do from here. If you have access to these items, if you don't have access to these items, you have to go and create item requisition. If you have the permissions, you can create PO or PR directly from inside the job order, and they will
Okay.
be automatically linked together.
I see. Yes.
Yeah, if you want to make item requisition, we can come
Right.
here. We notice that we need some item. Of course, this is a PM. So the PM, we should have, this is the checklist,
Right. I remember.
and here you know that if items are required to be listed or PPE, everything will be listed here. But in case we needed something, we go to item requisition, and then we can create the requisition from here.
Okay. I'm thinking of a client who has a commercial real estate portfolio uh, that's for sale all the time. I mean, there's a real estate company, and I'm thinking about how to how to dispatch their maintenance and bill it at once. They have dozens of providers. They have many, many providers. But this would
No
work.
problem.
As long as when the job was done, I could dispatch the billing, dispatch the invoice, dispatch
Hmm.
to the billing department, and they could do an invoice. Yeah, this looks good. How,
Uh,
where,
let me tell you.
oh,
Let me tell you something might help you with this.
yeah.
Uh, Once we create the IR from here, the once we create it and we save it, the system will change the job order status automatically. Let me try to
Okay.
do something. Uh,
Okay.
we
So,
can select item or we can put direct issue if you want to put something not listed there, and it is automatically linked to the job order number. You can see. I'll try
okay.
to request some item, motor DC, no problem. Quantity one.
Hmm.
Okay, save it. Of course, you can add many items, no problem. That's it. If look what happened, the job order status automatically changed to material request, right?
Okay. Oh,
It,
okay.
it was open, now it is material requested.
Right.
Uh, in the notification module, we can define if the status changed to material requested, automatically send email or SMS or both to someone. The content of that email is configurable by you. You can put, okay, in this case, I want you to send in this email this type of information.
Okay.
So once it's requested, it can automatically dispatch email to these guys so they can do the invoicing,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So notes, attachments, safety instructions, blah blah blah. Okay. Now this is something also important, which is the status track. This would show you the when the job order was created and when the status changed, date and time, from to, date and time, who did it, and where.
Okay. This is good because it saves gathering from all over the place. This gathers by itself, and if you have a complaint, somebody makes a phone call, or you can't remember what happened. Yeah,
Exactly.
you can go
And
to this
and
screen.
and
Good.
and you can know the technician when where he was when he did that. He was at
Ah,
home
yes. Ah, good.
or he was by the asset side.
Well, that's handy. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a function on the mobile application to uh, not to edit the job order unless he scan the barcode of the location.
Ah, interesting. Good. That is the best combination of trust and discipline. It's, it's like being a parent.
And he cannot complete or close the job order unless he reads the barcode from the asset itself.
Bravo. Good.
Okay.
I like that because it.
Now,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, let me tell you, I spend lots of time thinking about it
Uh,
because the actual problem, this actually solved too many things at one time, but the actual problem for the client was he wants to calculate the wasted time between when the technician arrives at the location and he arrives at the asset itself
right.
because he had a problem in this time. He said he arrived at the location. Maybe it was the same client for the shopping malls actually. He said maybe he arrives there at 10, but
Okay.
he started talking to people. He was taking some tea. He's blah 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 blah. He's wasting time like 30, 40 minutes before he actually arrives at the asset and he starts working on it.
Hmm.
And this is what how we solve that. This is we could solve the time, calculate the time between the two steps.
This is good for management because it allows the technician to go to the bathroom, or it allows the technician to not get upset if they have to park way out at the edge of the parking lot. And yet it's also fair to the customer. This is good.
Exactly.
Good.
Yes. Now, as material is requested, there is an IR open, so the job order cannot be closed unless the material request is solved, either
Okay.
by delivery or by cancellation or whatever. So this is one other thing.
Okay.
Okay. What else would you like to see?
I'm very,
So,
I'm very impressed. Let me look. Let's see. Okay, I'm
so
good.
CR is anything.
Yeah. Um,
Of course, I can provide you a user access. Then you can access anytime. I'm actually working on the cloud, so the system is already on the cloud, displaying from there.
that was actually what I was going to ask. I have two questions actually. One, how a customer reaches your system, how the customer uses it, and two, your target market. Uh, what type of customer are you looking at? As we've been talking, of course, I've been thinking hospital and biomedical. I've also been thinking about real estate portfolio. Of I would love to see this go into use by units of government that have real estate spread all over the place. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. We already
yeah,
have we're targeting everyone who's maintaining anything.
yeah,
Uh, but
yeah.
but basically, we've been most of our projects were with the government.
Uh-huh.
One of the biggest, let me say, till now I consider it the biggest one because it had the biggest scope we did. It was with the Ministry of Health for the district of Jazan,
Yeah, this
which is
this
in
makes
the
sense.
south. Yeah. Uh, it was about 24 hospitals and 170 polyclinics.
Right.
Uh,
So that
what
many
we
assets then. Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
it was 39,000 assets, and
Okay.
actually this is what we are displaying here. And we just damaged the data, so nobody knows what it is actually is. But this is most of the data coming from there. And
Hmm.
recently it became 45,000.
Wow. Yeah.
So this is so the performance you see now on the system is with 45,000 assets and I think around 19,000 location. Yeah, 19, almost 20,000 locations.
Okay. Yeah, that's in the size range of some of our clients. That's good.
Yes.
And they're using it routinely then. This is their go-to. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course, here all of the government they are using on-premises systems. They don't use online systems. So we have that installed in their data
Oh,
center there
okay.
in Gaza. But the scope which we did, it was from the scratch. They didn't have any information about any asset. So we did coding, tagging, and
Yeah.
asset registrations for all the assets, all the biomedical and non-medical devices, all the locations, building and site, every single information in the system we created for them, including the asset categorizing, the PM list creation, the scheduling, everything, safety instructions, job plans. We did everything for them and we put it on the system.
Right, and that's an on-premises server, but it's basically a web server, the same as
Yes,
the same as
yeah,
you would make
exactly,
available.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we have some clients which are not government. Actually, we have one semi-government, which is Maaden. They are also